the distinction is EEE. Crown separation, asterisk, crown separation from ear to ear. 1 from ear to ear, as the straight distinction we have divided. We create the second distinction. After creating these divisions, asterisk, we divide our hair into 4 main sections. That is, into 4 parts. Asterisk, after dividing it into 4 pieces. Your hair from behind your hair, to determine the length of the hair to form the basis, asterisk, A. Horizontal distinction we create and determine the length of the hair. We have determined the length of the first stage, hair level here, to sharpening, cutting technique. That is, with a straight scissor stroke, 2 and E, we tilt our customer's head very little forward and the length of your hair. We determine the first stage here. We show our customer what size we will cut after deciding, asterisk, E straight scissors from the end of the hair start, the cutting process. This will be our guide. We will proceed in accordance with this guide, asterisk, yes, EEE. I'm scanning backwards, asterisk, and EEE from the hair point I cut starting from the right to the left. I'm moving with straight scissor blows too after cutting the first stage. I divide it into stages. I create 1 horizontal distinction in guinea, asterisk. I'm creating horizontal separations because it will be 1 straight cut, friends. EE, if there was a layered cut, I would create a vertical separation, E, and even if it was an angle of 45 degrees, EEE, asterisk, I would have to create diagonal divisions, asterisk, yes, because I made a straight cut, asterisk, E, create 1 horizontal distinction and 1 I see the hair point I cut before. So after seeing my guide, asterisk, I cut the back part, gradually scanning backwards in 3 pieces, asterisk, and yes, to the guide we cut before, following as appropriate. I continue my cutting process, straight scissor blow here. I cut it with what we call a sharp line cutting technique, asterisk, straight scissors with 1 technique. I'm cutting with a blow here. I'm cutting, yes, my comb is light white. I'm using a comb, dark hair, asterisk. I use light colored combs on hair. Here is mine too, so it's easier when cutting hair, asterisk, E. It allows me to trade here, by the way, E, when cutting. Your scissors must be, it needs to be sharp 1 asterisk when you cut hair with scissors. Without breaking the ends of the hair, you can create clear cuts, and by breaking when the hair grows, asterisk, not necessarily. Lengthen E, and in periods of 6 months, asterisk, don't forget to wrist your scissors, don't forget to sharpen sharp. Scissors are always healthier, asterisk, 1 haircut. Your client's hair grows healthier. This will return you positively. See you soon. Yes, after cutting the hair, hair guinea profile distinction backwards. From the face that started my forehead, 1 asterisk, I'm creating a profile distinction, asterisk, so I divided the hair into 2 main sections, asterisk. Here is the curtain on the front of the hair, asterisk. We will create a cardamom design and E, starting from the backwards vertex. I make 1 distinction, diagonal to the back. I separate the front part, that is, according to the ear level, that is, both crown separation, asterisk, suitable, but your crown separation, asterisk, EI, separated as diagonal cross separation, asterisk, and after creating this separation from the eyebrow level, asterisk, purchase motive separation in the front part of the eye. I will create this purchase motive separation starting from the end of the eyebrow, asterisk, from the peak to form a triangular shape, asterisk, from the front part of 1 distinction, so as to have a triangle view. We separate, yes. The chakra is diagonal with a distinction. We will create a triangle view with distinction. Shis is the distinction we call the buying motif, asterisk here. The hair is in the curtain and bangs, usually in the middle, asterisk E separation from the beginning of the forehead. That is, the nose we distinguish from the middle starting from the line, and after making the distinction asterisk E, your cheekbones starting from the point of decline to the front I apply folding process with 45-degree angles. I pass to the left side of my customer while cutting the right side asterisk from the left side. Because the angle will be more comfortable asterisk I applied. Cutting with diagonal divisions. Now I went to my customers right, but this time I cut the left side asterisk 45-degree. Diagonal 1 on the left side asterisk E by creating a distinction and scanning direction E. From right to left, 1 applying scanning direction I. Created the curtain cardamom design, yes, hereafter, creating the haircut as you can see from the peak. I scan upwards, and from the inside out, E. Your hair, E, like this. E. I'm checking if there is a wrong part 1, so now asterisk E back. Diagonal the E point where we are separated, the right and left sides are the same. Now asterisk E after cutting the part of my front rivet E, anal. Motif so yes guinea my client's right side asterisk. I went to the left side to cut it and E. I'm doing the folding job here by creating 1 scanning angle from right to left E. The shortest point of hair E. Your best point. After seeing your hair asterisk, I do the cutting process after seeing your short hair. As you can see here, I comb the hair at a certain angle, and after seeing the length of the hair, we see our sheath, and I even cut my hair suitable for that cover asterisk here. On the right I cut it straight, or it's suitable for the length of the hair. I cut the way so your hair, the most behind asterisk. I cut the starting point like that, as a guide asterisk now. As you can see, my customer guinea, back to front, asterisk back. Hair asterisk, I've separated. The hat somehow her hair was also front, so I divided the hair in half, or there were 2 sections left. Part 1, now E from back to front, I'm scanning an E from the point in front after scanning the bottom section, so E, the hair spot. I cut on the right E. I combine it with the hair point, so I'm scanning forward, and at the point of the hair, I cut it to fit the longest section. Asterisk. So what we call the temple point E part, at the level of your ear section length, in the hair part E. Hair point asterisk, as a guide. That is, hair length as a guide asterisk. I'm cutting it now, here again, I. Cut the left side, now you see the right side. I'm scanning for creating a diagonal distinction asterisk. I've created 1 distinction until the neck. I also scan this distinction forward, E. And I cut it on the left side, asterisk, E take 1 sword from the point, and check it on that sword. So equate each other, asterisk, asterisk, asterisk, and I cut the hair I combed to the front asterisk. Here when I comb the hair forward asterisk, without losing the length on the back of the hair on the front of the hair, because we created a certain shortness, asterisk did we create the folding section. That short front sides asterisk for cutting point section from hair when we comb backwards both. Automatically folded asterisk, and your hair is not shorter than your height, so here, according to the shortness in the front length of the hair one. We create a haircut asterisk, we comb the hair from the neck to the front, and a certain 1 point asterisk E, we cut it to this is for us, asterisk, creating 1 activation. Operation, the front sides are short, as we scan forward back sides are long. 1 view here in bob cut 2, in the bob cut stretching forward, as we did asterisk, what were we doing? They don't have a front to be long asterisk E. We were combing from front to back here, for the back of the hair to be long from back to front asterisk E. Create a fixed design so constant short, so we identified these points asterisk when we make appropriate cuts to those points behind EEE. It doesn't get shorter, and we have applied the folding process asterisk because we comb the hair right for ourselves and E upwards to a certain point. EEE, we are cutting, border, yes asterisk E, after cutting. Now with file scissors E by dividing it into sections. E I apply, thinning the ends of the hair with file scissors. I also apply the net scissors with the E picots technique. From the ends of the hair, E and light. Textural one, EEE, thinning, asterisk, this makes the hair look softer asterisk. Yes, you are also curtain bangs, asterisk layered haircut and other layered haircut designs. Bob haircut, pixie haircut, short layered haircut designs. If you want to get service, EEEEE, in the V, asterisk asterisk, EDO, my channel, EEE, asterisk, yes. In the description section, asterisk E, I have social media addresses by reaching my hall from there, so you can get service from me also in the description part of my video. I will have social media addresses reaching me from their haircutting service. By coming to my salon asterisk, you can get hairdressing service, moving floor, as you can see, EEE. The back of the curtain is long asterisk E. A folded hair design without losing its form. We made the front folded E. Curtain bangs hair design, asterisk, like my video and subscribe to my channel, asterisk, don't forget, I wish you a good day, see you.
Hello everyone, graduation for you today. How to make a bob haircut that grows forward. I will explain it in detail. First, I create profile separation. Profile separation, middle of two eyebrows. The straight separation we have divided up to the neck, we say profile separation. Then E crown separation as the second distinction. Crown separation, E from one ear to the other ear. Guinea, E, the section we have divided as a straight line. We call crown separation. After making this distinction, we divide the hair into four main sections. Here, E, every crown is in the separation, E. From the separation point we call hat separation. I make a distinction, and as you can see the back, guinea, in two pieces. Profile separation. I made a distinction from the point of the neck. Here we will create the foundation of the hair. Also to cut the foundation. At the bottom EA I left a piece straight. This will be the size. As you can see from this nape part, E with a straight sharp weft technique, so E. Using our comb like a straight ruler, I continue my cutting process. Here, I started from the nape part of the hair to make a straight cut. As you can see after cutting, I created a straight ad cut. And when it comes forward, it's a little light. Other sky, I mean it's a little 45 degrees for it to stretch forward. I applied angle. Short neck stretching forward. Using our comb as a ruler, down at an angle of 45 degrees. I left the front parts of the hair long. The back is shorter. Here's on the back. I used it as a ruler again and created a straight line. So I applied a straight cut. This was the first stage, now I'm cutting the second stage. As you can see here, on the back, I divided two parts from these two parts. One more piece at the point I reserved. I created a horizontal distinction after creating the separation, the first hair point I cut on the back. Sure, as a guide towards myself. Horizontal at an angle of 45 degrees. As you can see here, my finger. by forming an angle of 45 degrees, horizontally towards myself. I pulled it, and then it's horizontal. I made the cut at an angle of 45 degrees.
Here then cross.
At an angle of 45 degrees. I make the hair look long forward. I'm doing it gradually as a right and a left. First I cut the right, then I cut the left. Now I cut the left side. As you can see, I cut the bottom by creating an angle of 45 degrees. I see my guide, and at an angle of 45 degrees. Scanning backwards. The reason I scan backwards, if you cut backwards at a fixed point, when you leave it forward, the front of the hair becomes long, and here I cut using an angle of 45 degrees, from short to long. Form. There will be a long haircut towards the front with folded back parts. So the back is curved and moving front longer, and we will have a nice image. I'm scanning myself right here, and the hair I cut before, after seeing your hair point, I cut it at an angle of 45 degrees. I'm scanning backwards here, as you can see. Their front is long because I'm scanning backwards. I'm moving to the third stage, to the peak. When I reach the peak, I create a vertical separation. And after creating vertical separation, I comb the hair out again and from the inside out again at an angle of 45 degrees. I'm cutting tar. Then I create a new slice separation. And from the point I cut before, I see the girl long point, and I cut it at an angle of 45 degrees to the front. Scanning backwards to guinea, and cut at 45 degrees angle. After cutting the right side guinea, I go to the left side guinea. At the peak, I see our hair point, our guide, and down at 45 degree angles, I cut it curved and folded. Here her hair is fixed backwards, so I cut by combing backwards. When you comb backwards, the hair is longer to the front and it gets a nice look without being short. Here the front parts of the hair, the long back parts, short and folded, to get the look. I apply it to a work hill. When I come to the point again at an angle of 45 degrees, I'm cutting. This hair point, we cut in the back. Point as a guide. I apply the point I cut in the middle. Then, I separate the middle guinea. I separate the separation point of the hair and the peak according to the point of fall of the hair, short part and the nape part. I'm getting a guide and forward. It will look longer at an angle of 45 degrees. Guinea to create a design that extends from the neck to the front. Comb ruler, using it as a downward angle of 45 degrees. I cut it later. To check the point I cut. Guinea at 45 degree angles. I create diagonal divisions, and so I scan backwards by creating cross divisions. I keep making sure. Left side. After cutting, I do the right side the same way. As you can see, the neck is short and long towards the front. I cut the neck short to create a design. To be longer towards the front Using my comb as a ruler, let's make it long forward. As you can see here, my comb is light in color. Hair color, light because it is dark. Well, it's more advantageous to use a comb. We see the hair more clearly. Here is the color of your comb. I want to emphasize that it is important. Light comb on dark hair. Use dark combs on light hair. It will be more advantageous for you. With forward diagonal separations, I keep cutting at 45 degree angles. If you want to get a haircut like this, there are social media addresses in the description section of my service by reaching my salon from here. You can get hairdressing service. I apply softening after cutting our hairstyle. Here, I will apply thinning to the ends of the hair with a feel scissors. And this will make the hair a better transition. Again with gradual separations. Only the hair ends of the effect scissors apply it to the end parts. I apply softening process without thinning too much. Here, not from the bottom of the hair, but to the ends of the hair. Your application will be more advantageous. The transitions on the ends of the hair are more beautiful. It will be healthy and will not thin the hair too much. But from the bottom, if you use a feel scissors, the hair will swell. Swell and E shape will help you take shape hard. So I want to tell you, so if you do it on the ends of the hair, you can get better results. Gradually E upwards. I continue here on the hill. Hey, auger technique to guinea nibs. I apply a thinning process. Here you like my video and my channel. It is very important that you subscribe to my channel. If you like my video and subscribe to my channel here, I would be very pleased. Notification bell. If you open one of my new videos, you will be informed. Make the transitions of the hair softer by thinning. We provide. This makes it a better image. Here with graduation front stretching bob haircut. So we can also say the very old Victoria Beckham model. Front long back short design. As you can see the front. Long back short and folded design. I hope you like it. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. I will be with you with new videos. Hope to see you in the next video. Take good care of yourself.
Hello friends, to you today, Bob Haircut Desig. I will explain in detail how it is done. Our model's hair is E short here, starting from the width and with a light one diagonally angle. There will be one bob haircut model that grows slightly forward. It won't be too extreme. First, we start with basic distinctions when cutting. Our first basic distinction is profile separation. Profile separation. From the beginning of the forehead, starting straight as one line, until the end of the neck, of the occipital region straight line to the end. We say profile separation, creating our first profile distinction. After creating a profile separation too, the distinction of the crown separation is also one. From ear to ear, head to the end start and end to the endo. The distinction we create, we call it crown separation. Crown separation, to separate our guinea comb. Guinea start from here. Starting from the starting point of the back, from the point it touches. As you can see, I'm starting to distinguish from this point from the exact peak point. This is already at the point where the crown separation occurs automatically, forming these distinctions the basic distinctions of hair. We divide the hair into 4 main sections. When you make these distinctions one on your next haircut, our model is the same. Perfectly. You can cut. 2. Our model is It will be to determine the hair length. We will separate our guide from the first nape part here. Our model's head while cutting her first hair. Very little forward. We want to give bird. From the enzyme part, I created one horizontal line. And now here we will create the guide of our hair. Our guide is important to us. Guide means the starting point of the hair. And continue after creating this cutoff point. The hair point we will. You can also specify shorter if you want, longer if you want, as your own preference. You can determine the length yourself with your customer. We are here our model is fuller. For your hair to be, I will determine one shortness according to him. And we will continue in that short. Just like that. Your hair. Reverse exits here. Here in 3 parts. Reverse exits on the neck. E base D if you cut. It would be much better for you when you cut here. Then E and E when you blow dry or. So when you comb the hair. Lines here E your hair. In shaping. Provides great influence. These. It will be much better if you cut it with your eyes. I also took these exits into account. E I will check and cut accordingly. Here E while cutting. Using my comb as a ruler and E I cut it at an angle of 0 degrees. First E. I'll finger E this comb 6. E sharp horse cutting technique we call 1. I will apply with technique. This angle is 0 degrees. Yeah Berta yeah. You can also cut between fingers. But if you want to cut 0 degrees without any angle, so too, you definitely need to apply comb 6 hair cutting technique. Even when you cut it with a finger. You give 1 angle. Straight cut here. E you think you did it, but even your finger. E light has 1 millimeter 1 angle. You need to consider this too. Of course in wavy hair, according to the structure of the hair E 100/100ths. E we can't comb 6 haircuts. That's why you know straighter hair. E comb 6 according to the direction of exit of the hair. Combing. Here I cut according to the natural fall of the hair. Here using my comb like a ruler. I'm starting to conclude. I created a guide for myself from the middle part here. As you can see this guide. The left and right sides are the same. I will cut at the same level. My error rate is 0 here too. Because I use my comb like a ruler. Yes too. I'm going to the stage. I'm creating 1 horizontal distinction in Guinea. What a thick distinction here. How thin you can cut one way. Without making mistakes. When you progress gradually. Hair is uniformly distributed. Either scissors nor scissors on the hair. Your rate of making mistakes is very low. Now we are giving an angle to the hair in the second level, friends. Here with my finger. I'll give you a 45-degree angle here. Horizontal 45-degree. I cut by creating an angle. To create this angle, Telugu, I scan by holding it from the bottom and. According to our guide here, we see our guide cut at the bottom. As you can see. And I touch my little finger now. The angle here is 45 degrees. It's an angle, friends. Space here. I look from here I see my guide and our guide. A beginning of the beginning. I cut it this size after seeing it. Here's a little bit of the nape of the hair E. We are doing a folding process. This is E your hair is more stingy fuller and E and this. An expression we call bomb. To create it. A technical friend we applied. Combing the hair at its own angle. Looking down with my finger. I'm worth it after seeing this angle. I cut with sharp horse cutting technique. Here you are progressing gradually. I cut 1 from the right section. Now I will cut from the left sectio. Same way. I see my sword as you see from the bottom again and. I'm looking from the neck. I'm cutting. Because we made an angle cut here. We'll check again later guys. After cutting, there may be slight lengths on the right and left. Repeat it. Use it as a ruler with a comb and a guy. I'm cutting. Now we are entering our third distinction, Guinea horizontal. We make a distinctio. We will create 1 vertical distinction from the middle part a guy. I always start from the middle part, friends, haircut. Because this is my guide. We distribute our guide evenly. And here we are, because we are progressing gradually. Our rate of making mistakes is very low. My finger a guy. I touch it from the bottom and cut 45 holes horizontally. After creating. With sharp horse cutting technique. I'm cutting. I'm scanning. Here I see my guide from the bottom of it. Guide is very important guys. You see with the guide here. I see the hair point I passed before like. My guide from here I see my guide at the bottom. And your hair according to this guide. Scanning by direction of fall. I see my sword and I continue with the cut. I will do this in the same way on the right side. Head of our model. Thought after setting. Always while cutting hair here. With our model. We need to be on the same plane. We need to look in the same directio. I'm scanning. I see my guide from the bottom here. As you can see. This is also while cutting hair. If you get as much hair as your finger Again. your rate of making mistakes will be very low. I'm scanning after seeing my guide, and I see my guide here from that Virgo point, and after seeing our guide below, again at an angle of 45 TL, I'm cutting. Now friends 3. After cutting our territory, we have passed the occipital regio. Here E. After opening the ledge, we have come to the top. In the E section here, we will add a little more volume to the hair. And E, we will apply a folding process. Here E, your hair. Both busy and E. To give a more beautiful one look, we also change our angle. Here we are applying horizontal 45 whole angles. When we get to this top, we will continue our haircut with vertical 45 whole angles. We give the head of our model forward light. Here we create one vertical distinctio. From the neck again, after creating our separatio, we take guide. According to this guide 1, we will create a haircut. Yes friends, as you can see, E at the bottom of our previous cut. To the occipital area, we applied horizontal 45-degree angles. Now after moving to the occipital area, we continue our cutting with vertical 45-degree angles. Here is our guide E to the exit direction of the hair. While scanning here, hair my comb. E I place it at the bottom and, without playing it the way I placed it, I comb and here we see the direction of the hair coming out. After scanning this, after seeing our guide, creating a straight 45-degree angle, we continue our cut. As you can see here, I created a 45-degree angle, OT too many floors above, and lighter below one. E-arc formed. As you can see here, one light texture. So from the inside out one, we have done the folding process. Here E, we will cut the hair slice by slice with the technique of slicing. First slice, second slice, 3 as slice. Even for in my tongue, we will cut it on my tongue. I'm touching my comb. Here I see the stone point I cut before one. As you see my guide, we always follow our guide. And from the inside out, with the sharpening cutting technique, that is, with the straight scissors free, we continue our cut here, 90 degrees towards the exit direction of the hair one. I cut it at an angle of 45 degrees. When I quit because I cut it lightweight, we create one haircut with curved and textured. One slice from the hair point we passed before. We take parts. He is our guide. Ow for the front to be slightly long. Guinea this piece. A little further back, not according to the direction of hair exit. I will cut by scanning correctly. The previous guide. Compatible. I see my guide here. I'm catching a 45 TL angle. And I continue to cut. I'm scanning the same way a guy. 45 degrees by diagonal, one distinction from the bottom. I cut the right side now. I will go to the left side. Same way a guy. This is now so 5 minutes 10:10. It's a 15-minute job, but let's cut it off by telling, huh? Ha, thank you. Writing yes. A guy. One I get it from the hair point one cut before. As the second. I touch my comb on the skin of the hair and comb. I scan, and after seeing my guide at the bottom, I see a 45-degree angle. Here is the previous hair point, as you can see here. This is our guide, our starting point. This is our end point. As you can see, this hair on this line, we combine in the same way. Thanks from below. Now the process of folding this vertex. We applied the texture. Ow on the side. E this diagonal E by creating one distinctio. And slightly cross so diagonal one view. Cross to get one view. To achieve one hair design that grows forward. We go to the side. From this starting point, I create a diagonal one downwards. So I create a cross one distinction downwards. Horizontal a guy. Like the head of our model. Back and to the side. We give Out here. Important factor. Hair. That's right here. To come behind. Separating. Part from the bottom part from the top one way. Why am I doing this here? Friends, the ear bulge here. E when I cut it properly one way. E if I cut this ear bulge directly from the top like this. What would happen when I blow dry or when our customer uses it? One trapezoid will appear here. Could be. Because you have to adjust this angle accordingly. First from the back. Combing according to the direction of hair fall. We will determine our line, that is, we will determine our guide. Here's our comb guide. From a starting point here. We adjust according to the end point. This is how we tilt the head of our model to the side. Because when we give the angle here, we can work comfortably. Yes, as you can see here, light one downwards. Cross 1 angle formed, guys. The angle here is a 45-degree angle to the guinea. Creating this angle. And so from the starting point here, by the end point, we will continue here. We use our comb like a ruler. And you get one view that stretches slightly forward here. We will do the same on the right guy. As you can see from the bottom of the hair, I lift up. I'm scanning down. A cross separation from the starting point here. I cut the hair at an angle of 45 degrees. I comb the hair according to the fall of the hair. I'm scanning down. I'm creating one arc downwards, as you can see. And I keep cutting. Hair here. Using my comb as a ruler, we get one view that extends slightly forward. We're at the top, guys. The guinea on the hill is the same, and bulky and plump to get one look. This time again towards the exit direction of the hair. We will get one view that stretches forward at 45 degrees. Yes. Berta, yes. Friends, to get one heart stretching forward. Here is stage 1, second stage, and third stage 3. We will cut the top part of the step. Here we cut hair by combining. I touch my hair comb to the bottom of the hair and the exit directio. Scanning at a 90-degree angle. I'm scanning upwards. And here is the finger. As you can see my hand forming a 45-degree angle. In a 45 here, I'm creating a 90-degree angle. 90 degrees according to the place of hair. I also cut it at an angle of 45 degrees as a cut. Here we see our sword. OT the same way. We touch our comb of hair to the bottom of the hair here. E to make a flatter one E cut. And to determine the direction of output. Here is the direction of the hair. Your hair is not up and down. From the point our comb touched. Clear comb to adjust the output directio. We touch down. And we scan upwards. And in the process after this SCA. We see our guide as you see. The point we cut before. 90 degrees according to the direction of hair output 90 degrees. 45 degrees as cut. Here is one angle of 45 degrees. Upwards. I'm cutting. I'm touching my comb according to the exit directio. I create one angle of 90 degrees. And after seeing our guide, 45 degrees 1. Inity 8 forming angle for 5-1. I'm applying a haircut. Out here Guinea. E we will create one horizontal distinctio. After creating this horizontal separatio, according to the direction of hair, at an angle of 45 degrees, we will get one view that stretches forward. Friends, starting from the top, I'm creating one vertical distinction a guy. Here so I cut the first stage, I'm taking the second stage. I'm leaving a section here. I take our customer's head upright. And from here, one I get my guide from the point I cut before. You always need to get the guide, guys. If you proceed according to the guide, you never make mistakes. Touching my comb. And I scan upwards. I create a 90-degree angle according to the exit directio. And here after seeing my cover, I'm creating a 45-degree angle as you can see. 90 degree to 45 degree. And I get one piece here. From the point I cut again and I give our customer's head backwards. I'm scanning here, after touching it upwards. I see my guide, and at a 45-degree angle, I continue. Same guinea after cutting here. Starting with that joke girl one. We make the distinction, guys. And this month's episode is the same. Here 3 levels, 1, 2, 3, here 3 levels. 1 to 3, so we will cut them all into 3 sections. I'm scanning here. Here per our customer, per our hand model. We touch our comb, we comb upwards. And after seeing our guide, 45, we create a degree angle, 90 degree to 45 degree. We cut. I cut the first stage and bought one piece here. This will be my guide. And I'm taking part 2. I'm scanning. I see my guide from the beginning, and I cut it. And I get one piece here. I create a 90-degree angle according to the output of the hair. And from here I see my guide and cut it. Yes, from Guinea Hill. I'm creating a vertical separation. I'm touching here. I'm scanning. You see, I saw my guide like and in accordance with my guide. I'm cutting. I'm buying one piece here. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. I'm touching, I'm scanning upwards. He's not his head like that, yeah. After adjusting the shower posture angle, I'm scanning upwards. As you can see, I saw our guide and guide. I cut it appropriately at a 45-degree angle. I'm buying one piece here too. As the last stage, again in this lower part and what we call our sweeping technique, I comb your hair in accordance with the natural direction of fall. The head of our model, I give it sideways. Starting from the nape part a guy. I'm scanning. As you can see, I have a guide here, conveniently extending slightly downwards. To get a look from short to long one view. Yes. I also apply the link. Bird. Guinea, the part we cut on the left, is the same way. We will apply it on the right side. I comb the hair according to its natural direction. We created the distinction here. The head of our customer's model. I'm setting. Taking into account the ear bulge over there. You can do it like this. If you want, you can cut it when you cut it like this. When you cut between fingers, make sure the ledge here. You have to take it into account that we cut it by touching it. Let's stop like this. I'm going to have a fight. It's over. Yes, friends, our model is like this, you see. Like the back. Layered curved forward extending. One hair desig. Bob haircut, our bob haircut design that stretches forward.
Hello friends, today, Bob Haircut Design, I will explain in detail how to do this *E hair is divided into 4 main sections. First, profile separation, then the coronation, after creating a coronation asterisk, creating 2 distinctions from the back asterisk, and we will form the basis of your profile E haircut E first. As a basis, first E, starting from the left side. I created 1 sleeveless, and in accordance with this cover EI, determined your hair length, and then gradually moving it upwards, both folded *E. Bob haircut cut at 45-degree angles 1. I will create a bob haircut. First, I created the basic separations. As you can see, after cutting the foundation, EEE, after cutting his neck, this size asterisk, we will set as a guide asterisk 1 way in accordance with this guide. We will continue our cutting second stage. From the left side asterisk, I continue as 1 left 1 right asterisk E diagonal, 1 at an angle of 45 degrees in accordance with the sword I cut at the bottom asterisk. And I keep building floors asterisk. As you can see, I created an angle of 45 degrees. Asterisk E diagonal by asterisk. I created an angle, and it fits the sleeve at the bottom asterisk E. I continue cutting at an angle of 45 degrees asterisk, and following my cover 1 from the hair point, I cut before an E with the sharpening cutting technique. I apply the cut and graduation on the back of the hair toe, create the appearance. I'm applying a folding process asterisk, so at a 45-degree angle with cross separations asterisk E, I keep cutting asterisk, as you can see here, horizontal 1. EE asterisk separation process. Here I'm creating a cut here horizontally. As you can see here, when I cut the floors asterisk, we are completed, and the horizontal here is 45 degrees asterisk. We have created an angle. Because it is horizontal, according to output direction, then I adapt, and before asterisk, after. Seeing the hair point I cut, I keep cutting. Then 3 asterisk, I'm going to the level. As you can see, there is also guinea eye created a diagonal 1 distinction, and I cut it, then 1 asterisk my sheath at the hair point. I cut before saw and cut on the same plane. I continued asterisk here. I came to the highest point after the 3rd level asterisk, and still the same height. I finished cutting. Now we keep on cutting asterisk after cutting the left side. The right side is also creating cross separations. So by creating diagonal distinctions asterisk, I keep making sure I created a cross separation here. I saw my hair guide that I had cut before and end in a cross way. So at a 45-degree angle asterisk, let's continue. Cutting from top to bottom asterisk, I start cutting from above. I see my guide in a cross way. I cut it and cut it after seeing the 45-degree angle, and folded to the bottom. I continue by adapting. My floors, yes, after cutting this part E asterisk, we cut the back. Part guys E, we do the height and E folding process. Then I'll go to the front E. After finishing the cut, this process after doing it, cross one distinction on the front. Again asterisk, I create one horizontal distinction, and after creating this horizontal separation, I see my guide in the back asterisk combing hair backwards in the same plane I cut it the same size when I scan slightly backwards asterisk. Front of the hair is a little longer. Its one view back part extends slightly from the back to the short front 1E. There will be hair design as you can see here, E. If you want a flatter look, if you want a blunt look horizontal in the same plane asterisk, by creating a distinction, E using the ruler on the back again, E. We can cut it straight asterisk, but if you want the front to be a little longer, asterisk scanning. Backwards E, the front of the hair is longer when you cut it. There will be one shorter image behind. If you apply it like this asterisk E. If the front is long and the back is short, there will be one image. E, when I see the point, I create a horizontal distinction and E piece by scanning backwards E with the hair point. I cut before, so I equate each other asterisk as you can. See asterisk, yes. Here again the same horizontal 45-degree angles E. I continue by preserving C. You soon, yes, I scanned it backwards here too. And after seeing the 45 lira angle asterisk, I keep making sure here to check some. I continue on the same plane asterisk. Then the peak and the floors asterisk, I make a vertical distinction in the same way asterisk. Cut it at an angle of 45 degrees asterisk. Yes, I cut from workout here I created a 45-degree deficit, and I made my cut here. You comb your hair backwards asterisk. It's more curved when we blow dry. So engraving, we will have the look hair length of our model from the front asterisk after determining the hair separation. Now E distinction to the left side. We have seen that left side separation to the front asterisk E light. 1 E. We will add texture asterisk here. After creating a diagonal end parts, little light again, I'm applying a folding process. I'm separating slices. Here, after cutting the first slice from the hair point, I cut before I'm getting an equalizing asterisk. I cut also in my third slice after. Seeing my guide forward, I cut it diagonally with the scroll technique. After cutting the front part I asterisk, I'm checking and picking up the ends, yes, asterisk, as you can see my side here. Using it as a ruler E behind the hair for a smoother image asterisk E, and I cut it with a straight scissor stroke asterisk. I will blow dry after cutting, and after the blow dry light hair, again asterisk, I will apply the personalization. Process hair here E, yes, I blow. Dry on the back, I'm looking again. E, I continue with the personalization. Process here is your hair at the bottom. If there are errors and protrusions, do them properly. E, I'm packing with scissors, yes, and cut the hair at an angle of 45 degrees. Again, E.1 soften the ends of the hair with the cutting technique, yes. You can also call it point cutting technique here. Cross her hair, you know. It's not vertical. It's a slight cross to guinea E. Between the touches in the hair E. Then applying scissor blows, we soften the hard image. Yes, here asterisk vertical second stage. Vertical, 1 E to the ends of the hair. E, Point cutting and pectas technique *E. I apply softening process * with pictus. Technique on 3 parts of the scissors passing of hair by applying softening process we make it softer here on the back floors to get smoother transitions *. Applying the pectas. Technique we make the hair pass. Greetings. You too, if you want to make one cut like this in the description of the video *. My social media addresses will be available. See you here. Reaching out with me * from my social media. Addresses in the description section of my video reaching. You can come to my salon and get a haircut service. I'm working by appointment. See you soon *. Yes. Appointment by reaching social media addresses. You can get Yes Bob Haircut *Pixie. Haircut, layered haircut, and other hairdressing services. * You can get Amber Retouch Honey. We also have coloring service like Brush Like Yes. As you can see here, comb I combed back, and the hair I equate with the point cutting technique. * Yes. As you can see, the front is long short back and folded. Our Bob haircut service is okay *. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel *. See you soon.
Hello friends, today I will apply bob haircut design to you. How can I explain this in detail? 1. I applied work. Here I will first create the basic distinctions. First of all, our most basic distinction is profile separation. Profile distinction. In the middle of your neck. We have separated to the end point. We call the distinction that is one straight line profile separation. I make that distinction first. Our model's hair is worn out. For us to grow healthier, this style one short bob cut. Worn sections on the ends of the top. I'm creating the second division now, the crown separation. The separation of the crown is also our comb, from the point where your back touches. I will create the distinction here. So this distinction is exactly the end of the ear. Profile separation. From the end of an ear, I'm sober until the other ear science. Again one straight line. I'm creating a crown separation. Burden. We divide the hair into 4 main sections. Now in a gradual way from the nape part. I'm going to start the haircut. Now while cutting hair, if you lean like that, it will also be harmful to your own health. That's why it is very comfortable with the help of such a wheelchair. On short haircuts in the same line, you can do this kind of work. First now while cutting hair. According to the hair color of the hair, you can also use a comb. Here in light tones 1. I choose combs in dark tones because it's hair. Here in the open sections, as you can see comb. And I can see the hair clearly. But if I used an open comb, I had a little trouble cutting. That's why. Well, it is important to use a comb according to the color of the hair. We lean forward of our customer's light head of our model. Now your neck is short. First create our guide. Here a little more in the shit cut. Sharp horse cutting technique for a clear cut. So I'll create a cut with a straight scissor stroke. Here I adjust the shortness to myself. And my comb. Using as ruler. I'm creating a straight line. Here I comb the hair according to the natural output drop. And my comb. There are small stones here with a machine. Now we cut our first glass. This is the length of our hair now creating horizontal separations in a gradual way. We will continue our cutting, here at an angle of 45 degrees by opening the hair. I continue my cuts. I created one horizontal distinction. Burden. By creating a horizontal one distinction in Guinea. I'm looking at the bottom of your hair. From the previous height. Checking and touching my finger on the neck. I'm creating a 45-degree angle here. And I cut the Guinea horizontally. It's horizontal 45 degrees. There is also a vertical 45 degrees. You can use both in the same way. Her hair is vertical. You can create a 45-degree angle again. Same way. You can cut it like this or you can cut it horizontally. Both in the same way. You can adapt. I look at the bottom of our hair, I see our guide. And continue my guide here. I'm touching my guinea finger by opening it here. We see our guide in our hair again from the bottom. We always act according to the guide. While cutting. Now we have passed the second stage. So we're creating a gravitation bob design here. Staggered floor. There will be one textured cut, a little more voluminous than the nape part, and it will fall off. Here the stance of our model's head is very important. At least slightly forward. Must be. Again, previous haircut. I'm checking the section we've done. From the bottom. After seeing it. 45-degree angle with my little finger. By creating this angle. Your hair. Separation parallel with one grip. I see it here and I cut it. Yes. I'm scanning parallel to the separation again. I'm looking at our hair from the bottom. I see the point of the hair we cut before. Following my guide here. Again slightly diagonal at one angle of 45 degrees. I cut with angle. Shake, shake, shake, shake. Cut to ear level up to 45 degrees. After 45 degrees. Because our angle has changed. Now. Our grip will also change. We will concentrate a little more flaws here. Yes. Take both a little and me and don't leave for sure. One more click here, one more click back. It can be from this angle. Now here I will cut by creating vertical angles. I was creating a horizontal cut before, now that our hunger has changed. The angle after the ear level vertically. By creating distinctions. I will create. Here again, I will protect the 45-degree angle, the cut. Vertical 45. Our hair comb. I will adapt to the exit direction. I touch our comb and comb. Here is a 90-degree 1 exit angle. But what am I doing? I cut it 45 degrees as a cut. So 90-45 degrees 1. Creating a cutting angle. I continue to cut. Burden. I create a folding at a 90-degree angle. And 45-degree opening or one more. We return a homogeneous image. Here again gradually creating vertical angles. I'm touching my comb again according to the direction of hair exit. I comb it according to the bottom of the hair and the direction of exit. Scanning at one angle of 90 degrees, I cut it vertically and at an angle of 45 degrees. 45 degree inside out. Here the upper part stay longer, the bottom is shorter. What's up here? Short hair pushes long hair and more stingy. Makes it happen. Direction of hair. I create a 90-degree angle according to and when cutting. My guide from the short point of the hair 45 degrees 1. I cut with angle. Hair my comb. Touching the stream. I scan 90 degrees straight. According to the exit direction, that is, suitable for the exit direction the guide of the hair 45 degrees 1. I create and cut angle. Yes, yes. Now here is the hair part hair. Neck from the front. Guinea diagonal by creating one distinction. Cross the front part of the hair a little more. We will leave it long, so it will be transitional from short to long. That's why. I'm going to the right side of the hair. And light diagonal one by creating a distinction. From the front of the hair. Here in a gradual way. According to our guide. Here is guinea for your hair to be long in front of you. You need to create a 45-degree angle downwards. And I cut. As you can see, there was one fold that stretched slightly forward. Ha. Ha. Here it is equally light. Cross the front like this. Diagonal one distinction forward. Here I comb your hair in parallel with the separation. Neither right nor left hair. Let's say T-shape here, T distinction. I see my guide here. I'm creating a 45-degree angle again. Curve down and cutting. As you can see, the front is a little longer. Now I'm at the top here. I'm creating a vertical distinction in guinea. You may not cut it in one go like this, me too. I take it once. Because the directions of the hair exit direction are different. Here now. We touch our skin with your hair. And the exit direction here is 90 degrees 1. I'm creating an angle and here. The guide we cut. And in accordance with this guide. I'm cutting. Because the end and end parts of it are a little short. I cut it too short. If it's long, the hair is still, creating an angle of 45 degrees so you can cut it here. But I'm to pick up the fractures on the ends. According to your hair length, he still takes the fractures on the ends without breaking it. Again in a gradual way. In 2 pieces. No? According to the structure of the hair by creating slice distinctions here. We create a cut. Hair distribution is better than that. I touch the bottom of my comb and 90 degrees according to the exit direction of my comb. Scanning angle and again. Hair from the point I cut the longest. This guide continues my guide. And take a piece to your manual. Same way according to the structure of the hair. To be. I touch the bottom of my comb and according to the exit place. Scanning angle by creating a 90-degree deficit and after seeing the guide, I'm cutting. God bless. Here we scan the upper parts. Now here is my head. The head of our model is very important. Angle now we give back a little bit. And we give it sideways. Then. And scanning now. By checking guinea with a comb. Our comb needs to touch the neck. Because by getting support here. Not to be crooked. After seeing this guide. According to our guide, cross our hair comb a little more. A little more in front of you. We will make it long. And we do our cutting process. Slightly curved forward as you can see. I'm coming to the right. In the same way, the stance of our model. I adapt the same way. And here, combing from top to bottom. I touch my comb to the neck without pressing too much. And as you can see from this part, after seeing my guide, I'm cutting. One design stretching forward as you can see here. Bulky back. Now the part we cut from the top. First after forming the neck, a little bit to the hair part. That's why we'll make movement. We take this section, a distinction we call horseshoe, by creating, starting from this part, starting from the section we call hat separation. I make a distinction with add none. We can also call this a distinction. From the top, it's in the form of U, so it looks like a mistake. If you want the front part of the hair to be long here again, you can create an upward angle of 45 degrees. Like this. Thing right angle with 90-degree angle right angle. And a 45-degree angle with a scanning angle and a cutting angle. As here section. Gradual shape again. I cut it in one piece because the hair is short here. If the hair is long, you can cut it in at least 3 pieces. Because even if you cut it in one piece, the hair will be too short. So you cut it gradually in 3 pieces. The front part falls even longer. Hair here, on the end sides, to balance worn sections. I cut. After doing this, we will apply a thinning process. Hair. In those extreme parts. To soften hard transitions. Lightweight. Fashion show scissors with intermediate scissors. Again in a gradual way. Thinning hair. While thinning here, neither from the bottom nor from the ends, your hair is light like this. You can thin the hair starting from the short middle part. If you take it from the bottom, the hair will swell a lot this time. My hair is usually always. Of course it depends on the length of the hair. Here more from the end. We will apply. So the middle part. Straight if you want. If you want, also in a cross way. You can create. Like this. 1, 2, 3. Yes, our design is like this. I will show you the latest version of the blow dryer. Lightweight layer gravitation. Our bob haircut. You also use these techniques. You can cut. Yes, don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks.
Hello friends, welcome to my channel. To you today, light haircut. I will explain in detail how to do this. We make basic distinctions when cutting hair. First basic distinction, profile distinction. Profile separation. E from the middle of two eyebrows, straight separation, where we are separated to the neck. We say profile separation. 2. Separation crown separation. Crown separation is also straight from one ear to the other ear. 1. The distinction we have separated as a line is called the crown separation. With these two distinctions, we divide the hair into 4 main sections. Now we divide our hair into 4 main sections. From the back part, we will determine the length of the hair by creating one horizontal distinction. So here to determine what size the hair is. First, we will create one horizontal distinction and form the basis of the hair. So we will cut your hair length. Here is the first from the middle part from the back E, after cutting the short part. Other parts too. Creating horizontal separation in one way. Whether in 4 pieces or 3 pieces. We cut it in one-step way. This is gradual. More homogeneous distribution of hair by cutting with separations. We make the hair scatter together, friends. I'm cutting the length of the hair here, and the ends of the hair in the next process. With light folding process, in the front of the hair. By applying the folding process E, to get a beautiful one look. Good luck, friends. Yes, here, because our model has thin hair. Very dense flaws. Make the ends of the hair look thin. Light hair to prevent. Suitable for hair structure. The front parts of the hair by applying the folding process. Giving movement to the back. To be fuller. Applying straight one cut. We will create one beautiful model of our hair now. If you want to have one haircut like this. Social in the description part of my video. Media addresses available. We can reach here and come to my hall and meet. Hello, you can get haircut service from me. Here from the end of the eyebrows. E, we will apply folding process to the front part. Here from the end of the eyebrow to the front part. They were creating a purchase motif distinction. We will apply a folding process to the front of the hair. When applying the folding process, let's say we separate the hair from the middle part, or what part you want to separate. to create one distinction suitable for the outlet place of hair. Yes. First, we ask our customer about the distinction of hair. Which one? You make a distinction in the direction according to him. We apply folding process because he separated his hair from the middle part of our model. We start our process by eliminating E and separating, cutting hair here. First, we will cut the right side. Then we cut the left side while cutting the right side. Now we go to the end of our customer, passing to our customer's right while cutting the left side. So we work more comfortably and angle better one way. For us to offer, and which of our customers we cut forward to the opposite side, we stop and cut there. Here after cutting the front parts. Here. Then I split the hair in half. Profile separation and sleeping on the front. We comb the hair. And later, your hair all forward. Here we scan and take the end parts. Your hair here moves the front parts, but at the back prevents very dense flaws. And here to the front, because we are folding, and no way there is one knee section long in the hair, and the mistake see to be blocking, here by creating celestial distinctions, and combing the hair towards the front. So now we continue our hair cutting process. Now, as you can see here, the right side of our customer. I cut the right part, on the left side of the client, 40 and 45 degree angles. And we continue our haircut. Now here is our customer, when we create folding. He doesn't want the back part to shorten. We are also our customer, with slight movements from the front for folding process to ensure hair. Our customer's hair, fixed design here on the front. By applying one technique we call line, moving the front parts, make the back parts look longer. And we apply one such study to prevent it from shortening. See you soon. Yes, this work is on the back. A little more V-shaped. Very nice one look. In denser bushy hair now because the hair is thin. And our customer who uses the hair inwards, more folded inwards of the front parts. When we do the forming process, makes it get one more beautiful look. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. See you, friends. Hello, friends. Today you have a straight haircut. Curtain bangs, aka cartoon banks. Haircut. How to design it, I will explain it in detail. We create the first basic distinctions. We will divide the hair into 4 main sections. Our distinction to the first main section is profile separation. Profile separation 2. To the distinction we have separated from the eyebrow mark to the neck. We call it straight profile separation. Later crown separation. Crown separation from ear level to other ear. The straight separation we have separated. We call the crown distinction. When we create these distinctions, we divide the hair into 4 main sections. First part, I will apply straight haircut. Hair in the first part. I create one horizontal distinction from the nape part. And determine the size we will cut. We will apply the first basic distinction, is straight haircut. From the back part, I created a horizontal distinction and I cut the basis of the hair chi. Right now I created a straight 1E cut here. This straight cut, then gradually upwards, creating horizontal separations. Her hair is the same size in the section where I cut it straight. I will cut, that is, the hair point we cut before as a sheath. I saw it and I cut it straight with one scissor stroke. And after equalizing that part in the same way, I'm opening the other part too. As you can see, the top. At the bottom, I combine it with the guide we cut and cut it to the same size. As you can see here, with sharpening cutting technique, that is, straight truss service. I'm creating a straight one cut. Then from behind, the long remaining part is horizontal again, one in a gradual way, by creating a distinction. I keep cutting. That is one straight line by scanning the back part backwards. Clear one cut by forming line. I'm doing it so my hair's on the back. I specify for free and create one straight cut. The right and left are the same. Scanning backwards. I'm creating a straight one cut. We have determined the basis of the hair, that is, the length of the hair. Now I'm going to part 2. After determining the length of the hair, I will apply a folding process and curtain cardamom on the front, that is, curtain bank haircut. I created a profile separation between the middle and 2 to create the hair. From 2 eyebrows, we created one distinction towards the neck, this profile distinction. And from the end of the eyebrow starting to the front, my purchase motif. I reserved the section, guys. From here in the first place, right side. I go to the left side of my customer because I cut it and the chin. I'm setting one guide from the line. And from here to be mobile in the front, that is, the story. From the jaw level to stop the longest, set the shortest section. Create across one distinction. And I created a cut at an angle of 45 degrees. Then behind the ear, I created one diagonal distinction. Front of the hair, the same way you see guinea. I continue from the right part, like this part. It's like 45 degrees with the hair point I cut before. I will apply angle folding process. I scan as you can see. I lifted our customer's height slightly and his head slightly up, and the sheath from the hair point I passed before. See, and at an angle of 45 degrees. I applied the cutting process because I cut the hair in half here, starting from the top of the other back, creating one horizontal distinction. I'm creating a new cross E1, as you can see. I'm combing with the lowest hair length I've cut before. With the longest part, I set my guide and create horizontal separations gradually, combing the hair forward. And following the guidance we have set, I'm applying a folding process. Here, combing the hair forward, your hair again the way I combed it here. Crossway, I'm scanning friends. So, to the cover we have determined on the front. So in a way, suitable for hair length. Did you drink the cut with a straight scissor blow again? Because I scanned the front here, their backs stay longer and stays behind longer. Unfolding process when we leave it towards the back. So it's layered and it's layered. Both your hair is not gone. Here I cut the first eye step, then I cut the second piece. Guinea is also on the left. I created a purchase motif from the end line of the eyebrow to the peak. I'm scanning it diagonally again. And shortness, so I'm setting my guide. What size your hair will be at the level of your chin. I sharpened one direction and crossed one way. So diagonal 1 angle with one cut angle of 45 degrees. I will cut. Yes, I see my guide and I scanned it diagonally. I'm cutting my client's left side late, this time, but on the right side of my client. I'm cutting by finding friends. Then from the peak E, one cross to the back of the ear. I created one diagonal distinction and one from the hair point I cut before. Cross again, seeing my guide one. Cutting at an angle of 45 degrees with a scanning angle. Folding process. I'm creating. Here we ensure that the front parts are folded, friends. I saw my sword here, I cut it the same size. Cross the front parts to the back parts. This is the point I have reserved, friends. Now create horizontal separations. In a gradual way up to the neck. Combing forward, I will apply my cutting process. This process is hair folding. As you can see here, cross one scan angle. I created it, and from the nape part to the front part. Yes, the longest part. I take it as a guide and continue my cutting process. As you can see, I'm scanning guinea. I create horizontal Bs gradually. I'm combing the hair point I cut before. I see my guide. What does the guide mean? One means the hair size we cut before. I'm scanning the previous. The hair length I cut. I cut this process to the same size after seeing it. I'm applying it until I get to the section on the nape, friends. I see my guide, as you see. And I cut the sharp horse cutting technique with straight scissors service. Friends, our haircut is over. Now your hair. E, thinning your hair 3. For applying straight scissor stroke on the ends. E, I need to thin it with some effigy scissors. I'm here with a feely scissors, the ends of the hair. Pictas technique. I soften, as you can see. So by adding some E motion to the ends of the hair, I'm thinning. Get the hard look here. You know the hard look? We eliminate it with pictage technique. Such guinea by creating horizontal separations and scanning forward. As you can see in the hair spot I cut before, I apply a thinning process, right and left in the same way, separating into pieces, into slices. I apply a thinning process. You too, curtain bangs. Curtain banks. If you want to get a haircut in Beylik Düzü, you can come to my salon and get hair cutting service from me. About coloring and other hairdressing services, I can serve. I'm working by appointment. In the description of my video of the hall, the social media address is available. Reaching here as an appointment by reaching the social media address. Haircut coloring. On the subject of hairdressing services, you can create an appointment. Like my video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, dear friends. Thanks to you, my channel is growing day by day, and we become a bigger family. And our videos. If you want to be aware of my new videos, if you activate my channel's notification bell from my new videos, you can be informed. Our haircut is over. Now it's the last for you. I will show you after blow dry. Moving, as you can see, what we call layered one hair design curtain bangs, curtain banks. Moving hair design. I have presented our work to you. Take care to see you with new videos. I wish you a good day. Hello friends, today is the curtain for you. Haircut with cardamom. How to design it, I will explain it in detail. When cutting hair, we will first create the basic distinctions. Our first basic distinction is profile separation. Profile separation. We are separated from the nose to the neck. We call straight separation profile separation. In this profile distinction, we divide the hair into two main sections. Separations. crown separation from one ear to the other ear, we create one straight distinction. After doing this, we divide the hair into 4 main sections. After dividing into 4 main sections, step 1 away from the back part. We will determine the length of the hair. We will form the basis of this hair. So we will make a layered haircut after it is determined. But first, decide what size our hair will be, and according to it, we will apply one straight cut from the back. Ear comb to the sharpening cutting technique, using 6 haircut techniques. Using the comb as a ruler, we apply one straight cutting process. After creating our first cut, this becomes our foundation. So it's our guide, in accordance with this guide. Following our same size guide, and we apply straight one cutting process. We cut the first stage and we will cut the second stage in such a gradual way, using our comb as a ruler by creating horizontal separations. Create a straight one form. In this way, our hair is fuller and we will get one more voluminous image, and we determine the length of our hair. If you want to get a haircut like this, there are social media addresses in the description section of my video. Reaching here, you can come to my salon and get hair cutting service. Our hall is in Istanbul Beylikdüzü. Hair cutting service and other hairdressing services. If you make an appointment in the best way, I serve. We continue our model, creating the basic distinctions of our model. First we will make a straight cut, then after forming the straight cut, so after determining the size of the foundation, we will apply the folding process. By creating horizontal separations and scanning backwards single 1DC. I'm applying a straight one cutting process at the line, friends. Hereby applying the sharpening cutting technique, that is, we create one straight haircut with a blow. Later, this time our customers' hair, neck, head, by adapting its movement straight one, so the posture of our customer's head is also very important. When we go to the side, create a slight slope one and then hair length in accordance with the guide on the back. We continue in the same way. Right side, after cutting the left side, the right side is also... I apply the cutting process. After applying this process, we formed the basis of the hair. So we determined the length of the hair after determining this size. Now from the front of the hair, folding process by creating diagonal separations. We will make the distinction of hair. We are asking our customer which way to separate it from the front part. And after determining which direction you allocate it to that direction. Your hair. After determining the fall, with backward diagonal separations, 45-degree angles, we create a folding process by creating, here is the front part of the end of the eyebrow E. Forehead motif, a shape, that is, creating a triangle by creating one shape in the front. We will start our curtain cardamom application process. And then that curtain is suitable for the shortness of the cardamom. We will apply a folding process, separate in the story. The part we reserved. We decided on which direction to allocate and, by passing to the end of our customer while cutting the right side. So cross at 45-degree angles, creating distinctions from Diego, our customer, in the front. From the point where the cheekbones were found, Determine the shortness and I'm folding the front part. And I continue to cut, here combing your hair in the opposite direction. And 45-degree downward angles. I started my cutting process by creating and folding process on the front. I created one diagonal backwards to apply. And my customer's hair is our customer's. Folding the front part. Scan forward to create. In the short section on the front of the hair, forming angles of 45 degrees by continuing in one convenient way. I continue my folding process. As you can see here, my cover at the bottom, I see it, and in one way suitable for its shortness. I cut it the same size, and backward diagonal, creating across one distinction, and our customer, Scanning the front. How is it when I scan the front part is folded. The back part is folding too, but from the back. Prevents layered backwards longer. And both floors at the back. Both it is obvious, and from the length of the hair on the back. No shortening in any way. We are folding, but in the back, it comes in a V shape. Our model's hair, our customer's model, and we get one fold view. And the length of our customer's hair is not gone. Of course, according to its shortness, C for cutting. And he doesn't lose his E form at one. He catches one nice form. Right side. After cutting, I cut the left side with the same technique. I continue. Key on the front. The left side is the same, by creating diagonal separations at an angle of 45 degrees to the cheekbones of your hair, remarkably short, the shortest point, in cross-diagonal separations. I continue the haircut. My client, because I cut the left side, I go to the right side and combing the hair in the opposite direction. I'm folding. After cutting the front part, diagonal if back, slice to slice guinea by creating cross separations to the back. I'm scanning forward by creating the distinction. When I scan forward, the front is folded. It gets one view stretching backwards here. I see the hair spot I cut before. I'm applying my flush folding process. And guinea too. I'm going to the level guinea diagonal. I created one distinction as scanning forward. And I continue my cutting. You also like my video and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget, thanks to you, our channel is growing every day, and we have a large family thanks to you. Yes, after seeing the hair point guide we cut, I finished my cutting. We applied the folding process here, friends. 2. Now I apply the thinning process, as you can see here. Creating diagonal distinctions, creating cross divisions again, in parts. I soften it with the Pictus technique, with file scissors, so that the ends of the hair are more beautiful. There is one transition on the floors. You also cover the ends of the hair with this kind of technique. You can soften. I don't use razor. Feel in hair. I apply softening and thinning with scissors. So the hair, it doesn't look like it's broken. It doesn't look like it's broken. There is no excessive thinning process, and the transition is more tremendous. One beautiful look. You are this style one. You can soften the ends of the hair with the technique. I request you, don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. If you turn on notifications, in my new videos, you will be informed of my new videos. As you can see here, the clock on the left side cut the left side, the same on the right. I'm thinning. With Pictus technique on the ends with a file scissors. I apply a thinning process. Our place is in İstanbul Beylikdüzü. If you want to get a haircut too, and the other way ombre retouch, bold hair coloring and other hairdressing services, you can make an appointment. There are social media addresses in the description section of my video. Our place is Beilik de you can easily reach. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. And my channel, notify me of my new videos by opening the notification bell. Yes, our cutting is over. And I will show you the final version of our model. Front folded backs longer. Obtained one moving image without losing its form. We will be friends. Thank you so much for watching my video. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for liking my video. Hope to see you with new videos. Take care of yourself.
To you today, straight haircut. Curtain bangs hair design. How to do this, I will explain in detail. We first divide the hair of our model into 4 main sections. First main part, profile separation, scratch profile distinction, straight separation from the middle of 2 eyebrows to the neck. We say profile separation, later crown separation from one ear to the other ear. So to the fixed line, from one ear and the other ear. We call the line we have separated as much as the crown separation. Here 4. 2 horizontal from the back after separating the main section. We make a distinction in starting from the middle part of the hair. First we will create a guide, and this will be the length of the hair, this size straight with the same system comb. First in A, I set the point from the middle point to the back. And creating a clear cut. I'm determining the length of your hair and a horizontal separation of the second guinea after cutting the first section. We have cut before by creating. I cut the length of the hair the same way by following the guide. In this technique, completely flat on the back, hair design. We are creating, after determining the length of the hair here, the front parts of the hair, we will apply a folding process to add movement. Here is the third main part, upstairs. I go upstairs in 3 main sections in a step-by-step way. In this third part, the guinea is the same. Following the hair point we had cut before, I continue my cutting process, as you can see. Piece by piece, my finger in slices, taking hair in a way. I continue to cut straight. By liking my video and subscribing to my channel, you can be informed of my new videos. Benefit from haircuts and other hairdressing services. Description of my video by reaching me from the social media addresses and by appointment. Come to my salon and cut hair and other hairdressing services. You can get from the sides after cutting the back part. Start first from the left side, then from the left side. I'm equating it with the guide on the back, friends. We create a straight cut. After cutting the back straight, I set the sides the same way. And curtain cardamom on the front. I divide the hair in half to create the design. And from the end of my eyebrow, with my comb, it's on the front by measuring. I make a triangular distinction. This triangle distinction, it is a distinction we call the purchase motif. After creating this separation, starting from a right to a left, following your cheekbones, I continue the cutting process with 45-degree angles. Here I will cut the first left side. I go to the right side of my customer and my tongue is my tongue. With 45-degree angles, aligning the cheekbones, in the front. I'm creating the curtain cardamom design. As you can see after the cut, I comb the hair completely and comb it forward and that your hair is cut evenly on both sides. After seeing behind the ear by measuring diagonal front vertex and towards a diagonal back, creating a cross separation from the right side of the hair. Starting, I apply the folding process. Here, my customer. I'm going to cut the right side, so I'm going to the left side. And I make a distinction to the other heart towards the back, here in 3 pieces, towards the front of the hair, because I can't fold the front parts of the hair. I scan and scan from the front. From the hair point I have determined, I cut the hair. Here we cut your hair as the first size. Here by taking the size I'll as an example, that is as a size guide.
From the longest point of the hair.
I'm scanning forward as you can see. After scanning, you see the hair point at the bottom. I guide that length and cut it. Here for combing the hair forward. The length of the back hair is not shortened, and there is no shortening on the sides. Because the longest point of the hair on the sides, I'm folding by taking a sign. Here's the structure of the hair, the length of the hair, E. Also because I got the guide to length, folding process is a light folding process. And your hair doesn't get shorter. Here I scan my scan forward again. Second piece. So here's because I cut the hair in half, scanning the right part and the left part in the same way, cutting in the same technique. And this cut. After doing it, I thin the ends of the hair a little with file scissors, softening the ends of the hair. Here, because we usually cut it according to EE angles. Also a clear cut, sharp horse cutting technique because we cut straight scissors blow. Maybe hard looking at the ends. So we split the hair into the guinea piecemeal. With a feel scissors and pictus technique, I ensure their transitions. As you can see, we provide smoother transitions to the ends. This is the hard look of the tip of the hair. By equalizing, it helps you get a better image. If you want to have a curtain bangs haircut design, from my social media addresses in the description section of my video, reaching me, coming to my hall, you can get haircut service. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. As you can see, the front is moving, the back is straight. We are with you with an E hair design.
See you Sunello Evrianetto. You today Pixie how to do bob haircut in detail. Will tell I divided the hair into 2 main sections. Upper stage and I separated 2 pieces as the lower stage and from the nape part so your hair is short andium starting to cut it with vertical separations to be folded as you can see starting from the right. Moving to the lefteam, standing in the midly and again from the left side towards the middle and continue my cutting process with vertical separations, thicker, hirium. Applying B cutting accordance with the E thickness of my finger E, I touch your scalp to the bottom so I touch my finger on the skin of the hair. Andy continued to process finger thick cuts after making his first short like that. 2. I'm creating the distinction. I'm creating horizontal separations. So I created a horizontal distinction, and then with vertical separation see. I continue my haircut at 45 degrees, starting from the right. I'm coming to the middle. This timey coming from the left side. I continue, so from the right to the middle, from left to middle, so always hairnite in the middle, as short nessim. Applying a 45-degree angle here, 3 now, by creating upright distinctions. Distinction also, I divided it again. I created one diagonal distinction, and comb the hair according to the exit. Placement, I cut it at an angle of 45 liras to Guinea. Created a vertical separation, and I see my guide at the bottom. I always follow my guidesso, the hair on the bottom after seeing the hair point. I cudium, adjusting the angle so it's 45 degrees. Greeting an angle I definitely say when I create a 45 lira angle. The back of the hair is short, so there are longer sections from the top. Directly E. If I cut it according to the short hair, how can I not create a 45 lira angle? It happens this time it's short on the bottom and the short on the top are the same size. It happens, and it will be short please when I make an angle of 45 steel. See the short section at the bottom V. I cut 45 steel at an angle's top stays longer. The bottom is still short compared to him. I keep going like this, and elong sections on the right and left sides on the back with short partas. You can see forming the diagonal separation again 45 degrees. Short from the front short from the back, one extending forward. Create the viewers. You can see so the front is long and the back is short and folded as you can see. From the top to the ear level, so I created a coronation. I make one distinction from one ear to the other, or normally everyone, so 10,000. Crown separation. This after creating a crown separation, I create a vertical separation of the rest of the back end. This distinction is vertical search first from behind, as you can see. With the hair length, I cut before putting it together, but this hair size is also the bottom one from the bottom up 451 cut from the inside out at a degree angle. I cut with point I see the hair spot. I cut before and cut from the inside out. These upper sides are longer than the lower sides are shorter, and the volume makes it bulky. So short hair pushing long hirand one fuller image occurs. Haraguania. A distinction from the peak of the harium creating 1 guinea from the hair point. I cut before this time. I lift the hair up 90 degrees, but again at the hair point I cut before. 1 I see my guide, and so I cut it from short to long at an angle of 45 degrees. After cutting in the middle left side is crossed again. I cut it at an angle of 45 degrees. The front is longer and the back is shorter than Hyman fold 1 image. Ugatas, you can see herium adjusting with short sections on the back. I made a cross distinction to the front, starting with the shortest section at the back toe. The front at an angle of 45 degrees. I make your hair grow forward in my cutting process. I continue with the sharpening cutting technique with a straight scissor stroke. I continue scanning backwards. The reason I scan backwards is in the back. Scan the back for scanning and short sections ISO because I cut it in accordance with my cover from short to longend inside. I created one angle front is longer and the back is shorter. 1 image hair design that you can easily use This summerth weakest is short. The front is long. If you want to get a haircut like this, you can reach me on social media. Addresses me in the description section of my video. By reaching my living room from here, I work by appointment as an appointmentee haircutting service. By coming to my salon, by making an appointmentee long service signed other hairdressing services you can get servicized hairy. I use pivot point technique as a haircut, literally pivot point to hairy one guide for us by applying this Gwitty Pixie Bob haircut, starting from the nape part with the E-file scissors, gradual light E-hard scissor blowsy to soften the ends to get its hardness in, thinning the transition of hair here too. It's softer ease here with E-elephant scissor softening the ends of the hair, starting as if the cut starts again from the neck. I thin the ends slightly with E-file scissors. I don't apply it to the bottom of the hair, only to the ends and vertical from there. By doing your hair, we get one image that thins the nape parts. Maria's, you can see her at the ends of the hair, not the bottoms of the hair also, because we did the softening process. Hair provides one more homogeneous transition and gets a soft one look. Of course, you also have every hair, so there is no thinning process. Not thinner hair, but thicker, and in thick hair you can apply step by step up the ends of the hair. I keep thinning. If you want to watch my other videos, to me video my channel has a videos section from there. I have many categories of videos from here. You can also watch my videos by hair grows. As you can see, I'm coming to the long section, and between fingers I take and thin the ends of the hair first. I eliminate one and I lift it opened, thinning the ends of the hair. Your likes for important to us. Our channel is developing day by day and to reach large audiences. I would be very pleased if you definitely like my video, because if you like my video to other friends and other people too, so I recommend this video reaches many people when it reaches the technique I apply. So friends who want to learn learning, and ladies looking for hairstylists, my video want to get service from Methis, or that way. If you like my video and subscribe to my channel, would be very pleased. Likes and comments are also important, so if you have questions in the comment part of my videos, so you can leave the comment section as answer, as I know the answery questions on your Mindu. Continues my thinning process gradually, like hath last front part has Araveth front part too. You don't use much, do you? I apply a slight thinning process and shaping process. We will pass after finishing the process from here. Also, with one nice blow dry process finished our hair design. We will be friends. Like my videos and subscribe to my channel. And forget to be right now. Pretty one way reached the audience. Thanks to your audience is growing every day. New friends join our channel and our designs learned and seen them, adding some movement to the front of the hair, her to the end part. No little I did one tiny folding the front of the hair finalito. Make your fall beautiful. Here are the hair cutting techniques I have learned for you. When my tongue turns to you, so I'm trying to explain as much as I can. Hope you guys are satisfied here. I comb back slightly and your hair, so I'm checking if there is a mistaken customer's ear backward say design that he can use comfortably when he throws his back to bay. Give a little touche. Our hall is in Istanbul, Beylikdüzü, working. On an appointment to come to our haul description, part of my Video-y social media. Addresses are available by reaching Hairacoming to my haul haircut coloring gand. Other hairdressing services. You can also get services you can see. Our model has a short story front. One design. Hope you like it. See you for now. Take good care of yourself.